you know, big matchup. The winner of this game could possibly go to the national championship. And it's incredible because both of these teams had miserable seasons last year. Were picked to finish near the bottom of the SEC, and now they're at the top playing for the conference championship. So what are some things you see? Let's just start with the Missouri team. What are some things you see from this Missouri team?
This Missouri team is very talented on offense. They have great playmakers. They had some injuries last year that really slowed their development in the SEC, and they had to get used to playing SEC football, I believe. But they have a lot of great weapons. You talk about James Franklin at quarterback. You talk about Dorial Green Beckham at receiver. He was the #1 player in the country a few years ago. Their defense is a lot like Auburn's. Their yards don't look very impressive, but they make stops when they need to. A very balanced game. They have more of a balanced offense than Auburn does.
More than really anybody in the SEC does.
Pretty much. I mean, they run the ball and throw the ball well. They run a spread, up-tempo attack. They have nowhere near as speed as Auburn does, but they play fast and they play hard and they play balanced attack. You know, and I think Auburn is a 1.5-point favorite the last time I checked. I think Auburn's going to win this game. I don't think they're going to win as much as you think they're going to win. You had a pretty big point swing there, but it'll be a close game, and I want to start buying into what Gus Malzahn has said, and after the last 2 weeks, you have to believe it. If this team gets into a close situation in the fourth quarter, they know what to do to win, and we've seen that time and time again this year. So I think Auburn pulls one out in the fourth quarter.
Well, I think they pull it out in the fourth quarter too. And if Auburn plays the way Auburn can play, I think their speed is better than Missouri's is, and I think that goes a long way. And I also think this is going to basically be a home game for Auburn.
Yeah, the Atlanta factor is going to be so huge. You got so many fans. Auburn fans in Atlanta, alumni, and they were buying Missouri's tickets. That was the funny thing Saturday night. They were already buying Missouri's tickets. So should be a majority of Auburn fans there. It's going to be close to a home game.
I think so too. And if you
that's been such a big advantage for Auburn this year.
If you take those two things into consideration, I think Auburn could pull away at the end. But we've talked about this. Does Auburn have a little, I won't necessarily say a hangover from the Alabama game, but maybe is their mind where it needs to be and focusing on a good Missouri team, or are they still looking back at how awesome the last 2 weeks, two games have been?
I think with
that's a huge thing.
I think with Malzahn's coaching staff, though, this team is taking it one game at a time all year, and I know what just happened. They've never had to come back from that, so I think Auburn stays focused and wins, and then let's see what happens in the BCS.
It's going to be.
Are we going to Pasadena? Is Auburn going to New Orleans? Could they be falling out of the BCS altogether? It's going to be a crazy championship Saturday.
It's been a good year for the Tigers no matter what. Yep. Well, that's all we have for this week. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us online. We'll have stories up after the game, slideshows after the game, and we'll see. We will not see you next week. This is our last episode.
It's the last episode of the semester. So thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting what we've done.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We appreciate it.